The Minister of Culture and
Community Development
visits the Chief Secretary, and some tiny tots got the opportunity to sit in the Chief Secretary's chair. All this and more in this episode of 116.
One. 6. Beautiful island.
Time longer than twine. That's the theme of this year's Tobago Heritage Festival, which got off to a beautiful start with the opening ceremony at the Shore Park complex. We have some highlights.
Granddad, you couldn't have leave behind.
Hi, I am Dr. Faith Brebner, Deputy Chief Secretary and Secretary for Health, Wellness and Social Protection. So we are here at the orientation for the TRHA internship. This is the third year we're having this internship, and really is an opportunity for young people to see the inner workings of the healthcare sector. And the inner workings of the healthcare sector would allow them to determine their career paths, and it's really just an opportunity for them to understand how healthcare really works and to see how they can be a part of that future.
Hi, I'm Jaylene Jennings Henry, former TRHA intern 2024. My experience with the TRHA internship program has been wonderful. I have gained a lot of experience, met new people. I did not go into the position that I wanted to go into, but the position that they placed me gave me an immense amount of opportunities. I met new people. I worked really hard. I was outstanding, and I was given more opportunities to the future and gained some new contacts. Absolutely. I would recommend this program because you will, as I said, you would gain more opportunities. You would meet new people. It has certain parts in life that may be dull to you, things that have not been brought to your attention as a young adult, that they would enlighten you on, not just in the workspace, but in life itself, in finance, in house building, in getting a car. All of these things, business, would help you as a young person going into the work world and as an adult.
My name is Jabari Darlington, and I am a past TRHA 2024 intern. No, I would not recommend it for the hospital alone because I am someone who does not plan to get into the medical field after I finish my studies. And seeing as the internship was all inclusive, I don't think it should just be limited to the hospital alone, but the office area is important as well in day-to-day activities, even within the hospital.
Hi, my name is Janae Nicholas, and I'm a part of the 2025 TRHA Summer Internship Program. For this program, I came into it anticipating to have a good hands-on experience in the healthcare sector. Specifically, I would love to learn more about the back-end things that helps the entire healthcare system to work, namely in biomedical engineering, how the equipment is maintained and repaired, and all the other paperwork and everything else that goes into it.
My name is Ellis Joel. I am a first-time participant in the TRHA Summer Intern Programship. My expectations from this program is to, one, develop my leadership skills and proceed forward in becoming a better leader, exploring and getting hands-on development in the area of engineering, as well as expanding my knowledge to see where in the healthcare industry can I continue and improve and bring my knowledge as an electrical engineer in the biomedical area to develop healthcare and even other parts of society around the world.
My name is Dana Baker, and I'm a first-time participant of the TRHA Summer Internship Program. Well, what I expect from this program is to gain a better understanding on the work world and to understand how the health system works. I am an aspiring psychologist, and I believe that this program can be very beneficial to me so that I can gain more knowledge. For future participants, I hope that they are able to as well gain this knowledge, and I hope that this program can continue so that it can better our community and better the lives of all the youth.
My name is Giselle Gittins-Peters. I am the Vice Chairperson for the Tobago Regional Health Authority's Internship Committee. So the truth is the TRHA would have started this internship program years ago, but then COVID came and voila, here we are. So the 2023 installment of the internship would have seen the reintroduction of the internship here at the Tobago Regional Health Authority. And the idea is to expose as many young Tobagonian students to what the healthcare industry has to offer. It is a dynamic ecosystem, and well, COVID would have taught us, listen, we need to do things better. So the internship is really like a gauge into preparing our young people into the world of work, into the entry into healthcare. And even if it is they don't come back to the healthcare industry itself, the skills that they would have been taught, the experiences, the networking, it would set them apart as part of the wider world of work. Oh, and that's one of the beautiful things with our program. This is not just for persons who probably have an interest in pharmacy, nursing, medicine. We have students from across the board. We have biomedical engineers, we have teachers, we have psychologists, we have persons who are actually doing what we call the traditional trades. So yes, we are allowing persons from a various cross-section of education to participate in the program. And like you said, it is not just doctors and nurses that make up this ecosystem. We have all these other allied health, and this is one of the ways that we get these persons to come on board to appreciate what it is we are trying to do here in Tobago.
I am Assemblyman Megan Morrison, area representative for the electoral district of Mount St. George Goodwood, and the Assistant Secretary of Health, Wellness and Social Protection. This summer internship is a way to bring much needed resources to the health institution. Initially, this program started, I think, with 50 participants. I think that number has increased. So already we have expanded the program. And as the need arises, I see the program going from strength to strength as the need becomes necessary.
The Tobago Heritage Festival 2025 is off to a beautiful start. The Minister of Culture and Community Development visits the Chief Secretary, and some tiny tots got the opportunity to sit in the Chief Secretary's chair. All this and more in this episode of 116.
Right. My daughter feeling better. My wife seeming to be more healthy and active and ill.
Yes. You see, living good people is not just about saying your praise, but it's about your obedience to God. And I am here to tell you, and you today, that God sees all.
That time is really longer than twine. I know. I will let you know everything, man to man, right?
If you could prove that the heritage is in trouble, I might lay arms for the time.
Deal. But
So Tobago's rich culinary traditions took center stage at the Heritage Food Fair, which took place on the Scarborough Esplanade. Patrons got the opportunity to taste traditional food, and we have some highlights. August Rose Thompson is Miss Junior Heritage Personality 2025, with young people participating in the Junior Heritage events. Bishop's High School dominating key categories. Here's more. Community Development and Culture, the Honorable Michelle Benjamin, paid a courtesy visit to Chief Secretary of Tobago, the Honorable Falia Augustine, to further strengthen collaboration between the government and the Tobago House of Assembly. Also present at the meeting were the Secretary of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation, Councillor Tasha Boris, and her Assistant Secretary, Assemblyman Niall George. Chief Secretary of Tobago, the Honorable Falia Augustine, welcomed some tiny tots of the Little Jewels Early Childhood Center for a courtesy visit. And guess what? Some of them even got to sit in his chair. Check out this video highlight.
Because you have primary school, secondary school, university.
Today I'm sitting on the Chief Secretary's chair.
Project Impact is back, and we're encouraging you to get your children fully immersed in this program. This year, 10 centers will host the program, with Roxborough AC and Signal Hill Government Primary designated as accelerated learning centers. Other participating schools include Goodwood Methodist, Mount St. George Methodist, Scarborough Methodist, Bonaccord Government, Montgomery Government, St. Patrick's AC, Table Peace Government, and Plymouth AC. Register now at thadert.gov.tt/I-M-P-A-C-T. That's Impact. The Division of Infrastructure began its Bridge Gully Retaining Wall project in the village of Delaford to address erosion and slippage in the area. So you can expect minor traffic disruptions for about 3 weeks and heavy vehicle on the Windward Main Road. The Scarborough General Hospital went into emergency mode, but Health Secretary Dr. Faith Brebner encouraged the public not to panic.
What's happening is we recognize that we kind of have an upsurge in the number of people who are coming to the health facilities, but for the regular normal stuff that they come to the health facilities for. The thing though is that they seem to be sicker, which means they need to be hospitalized, and when they are hospitalized they are staying for longer than
Good morning, and welcome to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television. It is Thursday, the 31st day of July 2025, and we're outside this morning. Yes, we are at the Gulf Pro compound this morning here at the Magdalena, at the Tobago Plantations rather, and we're having a good time this morning. I am Adana Kumbi, and this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it.
Good morning, yes, and it's Thursday morning, the last working day of the week, Adana. Feeling refreshed, feeling good, feeling ready to go, and I'm excited for the conversations that we will be having this morning.
That's right, viewers, and we're so happy that you're with us this morning. Of course, it's always a pleasure. It's because of you, actually, why we remain number one, and we thank you so much for those of you who are viewing far and wide, those of you who leave your comments on our Facebook live stream and our YouTube channel. We say thank you so much this morning, and we're so happy that you are here. Before we get into all the conversations this morning, we have to head on over to the news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Adana. Here is your news in 90 seconds for Thursday, 31st July 2025. Tobago police have arrested 2 suspects in connection with the murder of 22-year-old Trevon Walker, who was shot dead in a drive-by attack along Highlands Road, Mariah, earlier this week. The men, one from Mariah and the other from Signal Hill, were detained during a police operation in the Spring Garden, Orange Hill Road area. Walker's killing marked Tobago's 4th murder for the year, and then since the state of emergency was declared after this month. Investigations are ongoing. A former employee of the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago is facing 2 charges of sexual assault against a 15-year-old boy. The charges laid under the Children's Act follow an alleged incident earlier this month.
Authorities confirmed that the accused was once a high-ranking official within the organization tasked with protecting children's rights. The matter is now before the courts and investigations are ongoing. And finally, to some news in sports. Following a legal dispute over the use of Soca Warriors, the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, TTFA, is rebranding the national men's football team. With the World Cup qualifiers kicking off in September, the TTFA is inviting the public to help choose a new name. Options include Carnival Kings, Calypso Warriors, Trinbago Vikings, Soca Gladiators, and more. Voting is now open as the team prepares for a fresh start. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Natalia, for your news there in 90 seconds. And you know, guys, this morning we outside. We like being on the outside. We like enjoying. I mean, in as much as we are in an enclosed area, we're still outside of our usual space. Yes. And it's good to be on the outside, you know, just driving in here, walking from the car, even to in here. You kind of inhale the fresh morning air. You look around the environment and you see how beautiful nature is. Isn't nature beautiful?
It is.
You know, and God has smiled on us this morning to give us this nice backdrop. Well, at least what we are looking at, you know, in the front of us, we are seeing the mountains and we're seeing the lush grass, and you know, it's just really nice being on the outside. You know, what are some of the things you guys kind of appreciate in terms of being in nature?
For me, I always marvel at the complexity of nature and how everything just works together in tandem to just operate smoothly, you know. When you think about just the complexity of one creature alone, all the things are going to make one creature work, and then that creature, they communicate with the others in the species, and then they interact with other species, and then they interact with the plants, and everybody helps everybody, and everybody interacts. Everyone depends on each other to live and to prosper. And the complexity of nature in itself alone, it really makes me just marvel at how God is, how brilliant He is, how particular and meticulous He is in His creation.
That's right, that's right.
Akinlabi, I just want to pull from what you said. You said, it is what God has made. Now I want to also pull from Adana. This is the day that the Lord has made. I think I don't want to go all Jesus on you this morning.
Nothing's wrong with that, but I understand.
Right? But I mean, I have never seen a cloud pattern repeat itself. I have never, ever. And then, you know, sometimes we go outside and we say nature is natural. Yeah. That is what God made. That is what God sat down and said, this is what I'm going to give to the people on earth. You know?
And be blessed.
Yes, and be blessed. So I think just the uniqueness of nature, what nature could do on its own naturally, is just what brings that refreshing kind of thing to me. And this morning, as you said, Adana, driving in here, it was very beautiful. What really pulled my attention was the glass look of the lake on the outside at the entrance coming in.
Yes. I was watching it as well. It was so calm. Yes.
It was just everything, and then you know the birds passing over. You're seeing that they enjoying the picturesque scenes, but everything was just good.
We said all this to say, people, that we're happy this morning. We're good. We're calm. We're in a good place, and we're here to enjoy the show this morning. And we know that tomorrow is Emancipation Day. Do you know what we have been emancipated from? There are so many theories, so many stories. People speak on the topic from so many different angles, but we want you, our viewers, to focus on the thing that you want to be emancipated from. What is that thing that has been holding you down, that has been stopping you from moving forward to the next stage of your life? Kind of commit yourself to kind of being emancipated from it, being independent in yourself, in your own right, and doing that thing that you know that you were born to do. And I know tomorrow as well, the Tobago Festivals Commission, in terms of Heritage Festival, they are having the march through Scarborough. I think they start from James Park from 5 p.m. tomorrow, and they,
the festival.
And I think that will be an awesome experience. You know, if you haven't participated in anything else for the Tobago Heritage Festival, you still have an opportunity to be a part of the Emancipation March happening there tomorrow from 5 p.m. from James Park all the way down to Scarborough Market Square car park.
Yes.
So be a part of that. Learn the stories, you know, be a part of what is, our story and our culture is so rich. Be a part of what it is.
Well, I think that we're in for something something very great because the entire Heritage Festival on a whole, you know, the Salaka Feast, the Belmana Riots, I know that is Akinlabi's favorites. You know, all these celebrations that we had leading up to the actual parade tomorrow, it was really great. So to see this grand finale, honestly, exciting. I can't wait to see.
And they're really doing something different this year because normally the parade is in Crown Point.
Yes.
Now they bring it into Scarborough. It's usually earlier in the day. They started later in the afternoon. So they're trying something different with the parade this year. So really go out and see what they have to offer. It will be an excellent experience. I know they're going to have a lot of cultural performances as well after the parade. So it will be a treat. Take the children, carry them out for the holiday, and enjoy yourself.
That's right. And we're hoping to see you guys there, you know, be a part of what is happening on our island and learn a little bit about who we are. Well, Natalia, of course, it was always a pleasure having you on set with us this morning. And we do hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Whatever you do, if you can't be good, remember to be safe.
I'll try my best, Adana.
Right.
And to you and Akinlabi, I hope that you will enjoy the rest of your day. And of course, this picturesque scene right in front of us here and where we are located this morning. I'll leave it to you two to just tell them where we are afterward, right? But I'll take my leave now, and Adana and Akinlabi, I'll see you all soon.
That's right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, remember we are at the Tobago Plantations. Actually, we are at the Gulf Pro Shop right next to Fairways Restaurant. And we're having a wonderful time this morning. The air is rare and we're having a beautiful, beautiful morning. And we want to celebrate this morning. It's that time of the morning where we celebrate with those who are celebrating. It's time for our birthday shout out. All right, and as you are aware, we here at Tobago Updates Television, we love a good celebration. So we're going to start off this morning by saying happy birthday to Mr. Sean Alexander. Sean Alexander is celebrating a birthday today, and we say happy birthday to you. We pray God's blessings upon your life, and we do hope that you have a wonderful, amazing birthday, and even as you enter into the long weekend, that you enjoy all the festivities as well.
And we say happy birthday to Miss Lindy Ann Parks. Miss Lindy Ann Parks, happy birthday to you. Adana, this is my fellow church congregation member. I want to say a special happy birthday to you. Wish you God's richest blessings in your life. She's well known in Tobago in the media space. We wish God's richest blessings upon you, and we pray that everything that you put your hand to, that He would be there guiding you into success from now into the future. Happy birthday to you, Miss Lindy Ann Parks.
Of course, we do say happy birthday to you. And even though we don't have your photographs, and even if you're celebrating something other than a birthday, perhaps it's your wedding weekend, it's your anniversary, you got engaged, you're having a baby, you're migrating, whatever it is, we say, we join in the celebration with you, and we say, remember to put God first, because He is the sole reason why there's even anything for you to celebrate. Akinlabi, who are we having conversations with this beautiful Friday morning?
This beautiful Thursday morning. I know it feels like
we really had our Friday
feeling.
Yes,
it feels like Friday, but this beautiful Thursday morning, we are having on set with us Sergeant Melinda Danielle Kirk of the TTPS Traffic Division. And she's going to be talking about traffic violations around Scarborough. That's going to be an extended conversation with her. And then finally, we're going to have Miss Jody Melville Nimblet, who is the owner of Purity Visa Services. And she's coming to give us an update on the UK/US visa applications process. So it's going to be some very, very interesting conversations this morning, Adana.
That's right. And I do hope that you, our viewers, wherever you are this morning, can join in the conversation. Remember, you can leave your comments on our Facebook live stream and our YouTube channel at Tobago Updates. We want to hear from you. We want you to be a part of the conversation. What do you want to find out about UK and US visa application process? We know things have changed, and of course, you might have some concerns. So leave your questions, your comments on our live stream, and let us know that you are here with us this morning. Remember, you are the reason why we are number one. So we must say thank you for all of your support. Before we get into all of these conversations this morning, we have to head on over to a break. And as we go, we invite you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With AMPLIA TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with AMPLIA's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 gigabyte fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With AMPLIA, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. AMPLIA. Do more, live more.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
As we draw nearer to the close of Heritage 2025, we can't forget some highly talked about events. On Sunday, July 27th, Speyside Harvest is on from 10 a.m. Then we head to the Buku Unveil production from 7 p.m. Belmana Riots in Roxborough, July 28th. Legacy of Africa in Bethel, July 29th. The Black Rock Sea Festival, July 30th. And finally, on August 1st, the Emancipation Day celebration is on from 5 p.m. in Scarborough.
Hello, New York! Are you ready to celebrate the essence of Crusoe land and the culture of Tobago? Well, get ready for Tobago Day in New York City, hosted by the Tobago Empowerment and Alliance Mission, Sunday, August 17th, 2025, Nazareth High School Courtyard, 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 12 noon to 8 p.m. We bring the Tobago vibes to the Big Apple. Live music, Tobago food, cultural performances, and family fun. So bring Tanty, Granny, the uncle, invite the whole neighborhood. Just bring everybody and bring your significant other too. Come celebrate Tobago Day in New York City, Sunday, August 17th, Nazareth High School Courtyard. But hey, I forget to tell all you, it's we 10th anniversary celebration. For more information, call 929-327-7857 or check Team's Facebook and Instagram pages, Team Tobago Day.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
TNTech is pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Center has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
I see girls, I see fun, I see winding up in the sun, I see 10 bottle of rum, DJ start the thing, let me jump. Cause I see girls, I see fun, I see winding up in the sun, I see 10 girls to a man, DJ start the thing, let me rum my shit. When my team touch down, everything get wild. Hey, 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 take out your flag and fling it up, take out something and fling it up, fling it up, fling it up high. Hey, 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 start to jump up and fling it up, take out something and fling it up.
Hair goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you so much for staying with us. We begin conversations this morning and we speak with Sergeant Melinda Daniel Kirk of the TTPS Traffic Branch as well as Corporal Vincent Carver. We are going to have this conversation this morning as we talk about traffic updates and traffic violations in the Scarborough area. I mean, we have traffic violations all over Tobago, but we're focusing on Scarborough this morning. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Right, and so of course, as the topic says, traffic violations, and I myself am not a police, but I think I know a few of the regulations and the laws and what are the expectations in terms of how you use the road, and I've seen a few myself. And we've had this conversation before already, Corporal, in studio, and you know, I feel as if our population, they need to know a little bit more about the violations and also the repercussions that could come in terms of if you have any violations. We need to be a little bit more mindful in the way we use the nation's roads. And I know you're going to come in the conversation, but I just want to drop this here before you start talking. Just yesterday, in fact, I was coming from Signal Hill. And you know, when you come from Signal Hill, you used to be able to turn right to head west. Right? But when you're coming down now, you have to head east because you have, you know, right. So somebody was trying to get down to Woods Hill, coming down from Signal Hill. What do you think they did? They made a U-turn and come down the hill. And these are things that we really need to ensure that people understand. It is not at all acceptable. And he took a chance because there were other drivers on the road. And that's a risk you are taking. So let us talk a little bit about the importance and significance of people observing road safety practices and ensuring that everybody is safe on our nation's roads.
Thank you and good morning. So as you indicated, yes, we have several violations that we observe happening on a regular basis, especially in the Scarborough district. Just as how you just spoke about that incident that happened yesterday at Signal Hill. That was a regulation that was changed that you can no longer make a right turn if you are coming from that government house road that is in the vicinity of the hospital and you are trying to proceed onto the Claude Noel Highway that is within the Division of Works Department. You can no longer make a right turn. You have to make a left turn and proceed towards the Orange Hill traffic lights. If drivers really want to make a right turn, it is preferable for them to use the roundabout by the hospital and go down to the Signal Hill traffic light and do the necessary. What we also observe in the Scarborough district, don't care how we have the officers present, the drivers, they are still not paying attention. They are just constantly breaching the traffic lights on a regular basis, especially that traffic light at Rockley Vale Junction. Every morning, although the police is present, especially the drivers who are proceeding from the north, meaning those who are coming from the vicinity of the Harmon School, those drivers that are proceeding from the north and they are trying to proceed west, we trying to understand what is causing this problem every morning, that those drivers feel that the red still means to go. What we also observe, there are a lot of vehicles that are left unattended on the nation's highway because the vehicle will have developed some form of mechanical problems. We will reach out to the drivers once we observe that those vehicles are left on the roads for at least a day, because we will give you a grace period. And we have two situations right now where two vehicles were left unattended. We reach out to the respective drivers to please remove the vehicles. So under the motor vehicle law, you know, it covers and gives the police the authority that once a vehicle is causing an obstruction, the police can rear that vehicle and remove that vehicle. So same was done. So those two vehicles are now at the police station for more than 2 months. Don't care how we reach out to those two drivers, they fail to heed to come to have their vehicle removed. And under that same motor vehicle law, I have to say that persons really, maybe they are not aware that the police also have the powers that under section 109 of the motor vehicle law, that once your vehicle is impounded for a period of 2 months, it can be auctioned. So after 2 months, the senior superintendent or the commissioner can auction that vehicle. So we are really trying to reach out to those drivers. If they are hearing us, please come to us and let us treat with this situation.
And you have reached out to, I want to stay here a little bit. You have reached out to the owners of these vehicles.
Yes, we did.
No response. I mean, it's a vehicle, you paid for it. I'm sure you want to get back your vehicle. So just comply and let's get these things, get the vehicles off the police premises and back into your ownership and do the necessary. There are so many things that drivers take for granted. I want to go back on the roads now. Drivers take for granted a lot of things on our nation's roads. For instance, using the shoulder. People drive on the shoulder because they're trying to overtake somebody. Let's say the driver ahead of them is driving slower than they would like, and they're trying to overtake from on the shoulder side because they're probably trying to swing down to the left. So let me just go on the shoulder one time when there is no lane there. Is that an offense?
Yes, it is an offense. So let us use, for example, I have to say the main thoroughfare within the vicinity of the Rockleyville traffic light and those who are proceeding coming from the east. So we use them between Color Hall traffic light and Rockleyville traffic light. You know, there are road markings. There we have the marking that indicate the shoulder, and there's also the marking that indicates that it's now the merging lane. But drivers now, they are not waiting in line, they are utilizing the shoulder. And that is what you call improper overtaking on the left. At no time you're supposed to use the shoulder to proceed. The shoulder is only for emergency purpose only. And that is a habit we realize is happening on a daily basis, not just at that Rockleyville area. We also see it happening at Signal Hill, along with the Wilson Road traffic light. And drivers need to understand that there's a solid line and there's a broken line. And you must know the solid line is where you're not supposed to overtake. The broken lines is where you can overtake. So let us move from that area with the improper overtaking on the left that they're already committing. What we observe, we have the broken lines and the solid lines. We are now using Gardenside Street. Within the vicinity of the Scarborough Library, there's a cutoff point where you're supposed to get in lane. And once you are now in the point area where you see the broken line, you can no longer choose to switch your lanes. And drivers don't understand that. They only will understand that when a police is present and you see the police show you, go that direction, because you can no longer switch the lane. It also happened along the Carrington Street within the vicinity of the old First Citizen Bank car park. there's a cutoff area. Once you are not in your section or on your lane, within those lines, meaning the solid and the broken lines, you can no longer choose to switch your lane.
And I want to ask this too, as we're talking about broken and solid lines, when you are merging into a lane to turn left or turn right, in this instance, turning right, I want to stay on that Orange Hill stretch from Works Hill all the way to the Orange Hill traffic light. When you're trying to merge to the right, they also overtake on that solid line to get into the box to turn right.
Towards the hotel.
Is it that drivers are supposed to stay in that line until they get to the broken line and then merge right? Because they overtake all the way down because they think there's nobody in the right lane and I'm trying to go right. The light is going to turn green. I might miss my opportunity. So let me just overtake about 20 vehicles to get up there because nothing happening up there. And that's what they do. Let's talk to that.
Right. So that's how we spoke about if we are coming from the east, and that is improper overtaking on the left. We also have improper overtaking on the right. If we notice, right, when you are approaching any one of the traffic lights, you will observe a marking looking like some checkered looking box, along with some broken lines. The checkered looking box, that is not the area that you're supposed to occupy. You have to wait until you reach the areas where the broken lines, they are situated. That is when you can now merge onto that lane if you are making a right turn, for instance, to go into Scarborough, or if you're making a right turn to go by the Orange Hill gas station area. And we realize that most drivers, they are not aware. And it's only when the police is present and you realize that the police give you a stop and inform you, sir, do you observe that what you did there, you caused a violation of a traffic offense? And like, what offense? And we have to explain it to them and show them, do you understand what the markings on the road indicate? So it's something we really pleading to the drivers, please. Observe the road markings, observe the road signs, and please take your time when you are using either the road or the nation's highway.
Corporal Kava, I know that we spoke about the fact that persons may not know what the road signage means. But do you think that impatience among drivers is also a motivating factor in persons breaking the traffic codes?
Yes, it is. It is. Because as we had a conversation before, a lot of persons, individuals, they're going to work for 8 o'clock. And they want to leave home 8 o'clock to reach for 8 o'clock. So when they reach up with that traffic, they say, taking a chance, and they'll merge and go over there now. And the police will charge them, and they'll be upset with the police. And then, if I may come back to that same Old Farm Road junction where the person made a right turn there are reasons why, and there's a no right turn at the Dara Spring walkover also. There are reasons why they did the traffic that way. Because if you all could remember, there were instances where persons lost their life because of that right turn. Mm-hmm. And as such, the postal beat left turn only. So persons could filter into traffic and make the wrong and come around. Mm-hmm. So you know who taking a chance, like this one was heading here, riding the motorcycle, and I looked at the driver, just how he positioned his vehicle. You know he wanted to make the right turn. So I looked at him, I slowed down, I waited, I see just make the left turn and go up the road one time. You could just see, just how the angle of the vehicle, you know you're going to make a right turn. Yeah. I was waiting patiently, and I get a ticket this morning. This morning. Because it's dangerous driving.
That's right.
Yes.
You're putting your own life at risk.
And not just your own life, the life of others.
Other persons.
Well.
Yes.
Danger for your money in your pocket and your life and other persons.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So,
I know that we spoke about I want to expand the conversation a bit. I don't know if you all will be able to speak on this. Mm-hmm. But concerning the issue at the Rockley Vale traffic light, you spoke about the right turn coming out from Rockley Vale when you're coming from Harmon's side. Persons constantly break that red light at the right, over the right turn. I've noticed that myself as well. And they do it very blatantly. You know, sometimes people get catch in the box in the intersection when the light turn red. No, people taking the turn after the light turns red. But what I've noticed about that light is that it lasts for a very short period of time. that green light lasts for a very short period of time. Do you think that the traffic lights, the duration of the traffic lights themselves might be contributing to persons' lack of patience in waiting for the cycle to come back around?
All right, let me add on that. Firstly, there's a law that says never enter the intersection unless the exit is clear. That is part of the reason why all those vehicles that get caught in that intersection there. Because you're driving heading west. You seeing cars at a standstill, but you believe that because the light is green, you're going through there. And then it changes. So persons who are going north or east had to wait until you move before they could go ahead. And that is what you call unnecessary obstruction. Never enter the intersection unless the exit is clear. That is one. Two, again, impatience of some people. Nah, boy, I'll catch a light, catch a light, catch a light. So by the time they race up now, they're watching the light again, and they're watching the road to see if they get in there, and they breach the red stoplight. But that yellow light, and I'm fed up.
The controversial yellow light.
That yellow light. That yellow light, and again, I'm hoping people hear me. That sudden yellow light means get ready to stop. It doesn't mean proceed and rush and go through. Get ready to stop. Because at any moment, that red light comes on. A flashing amber light means to proceed, but proceed cautiously. But that sudden yellow light, get ready to stop. So that's why I say most people get caught in the intersection, you know, and, sir, you're obstructing traffic. But I come through and greet.
This is the opportunity to be great. That's what they tell themselves. Let me see how fast my car is.
Exactly.
And, you know, of course, risking the lives of others. There's also an area in Scarborough that people take for granted, heading into the Penny Savers Almando's compound, right? I see the sign there. There is a sign.
Two signs.
Right?
Two signs.
I only see, but thanks for telling me there's two. There is a sign there that says you can't turn right to go in there. You have to go through town, go up the hill, come around and take if you want and proceed. But people still turn right and go in there because they're thinking, well, it's the shortest way, impatience again. And I feel as if it's a cultural thing we need to change, a behavioral kind of, we have to take on new behaviors, because I don't know what is the rush, what is the hurry, that people just do not want to take the extra step. The same thing with the roundabout down at Shervan. People find it hard, they just want to swing into FCB, you know, go around the roundabout and come back around. That is the law. What are we going to, what are some of the things the TTPS is putting in place in terms of I will always talk about public education. It's not that the information is not there, but is our public aware of it? Are they aware of the significance of their actions? You cannot turn right into going, and in fact, I learned also you can't turn right coming out from the same Penny Savers area. You have to turn left as far as I think I heard a few, I don't know if that is accurate, you could correct me on that, but I've heard a few persons saying that, people that I know saying you're not supposed to turn right when you're coming out there, you're supposed to go left. I don't know what the if that is correct, but yeah, not FCB coming out from Almando's as well. You're supposed to turn left and go back. I don't know. I didn't see that written anywhere, but I heard a few people mentioning that before. Actually, I was driving with some people and they said, "Why are you turning right?" I'm like, because I believe you can. I haven't seen a sign saying you can't turn right coming out, but I know you can't turn right going in. Are we going to have a conversation? Let's say, because I know you have town hall meetings. Is traffic a part of these meetings? Are we going to engage the public of Tobago to ensure that they understand? Are we going to have some kind of radical kind of move where the law is enforced? People just get them tickets because I don't understand. What is the TTPS position where that is concerned?
Well, they have seizure council meetings, and different arms of the police service in Tobago attend those meetings, including traffic officers, to further edify persons as to the signage in Scarborough especially. Now, to answer the right turn coming from Penny Savers now, I have seen no sign that say you can make the right once it is safe to do so. But the no right turn is right by Caroline Building number 1, right there, and against the Almando's fence. There's another sign right there too, to further edify them again, don't turn right. But they hadn't, rush again. And they make it easier because now Post Office Street is two-way. So easier for them to come around, come out, and simple, and it's safer to do so. You understand? But as I said, we do have those meetings and we do try to edify persons, and we are still in a, well, how do I put it in lay terms, I servant mentality. If you're in city police, you can take a chance. When you see the police, everybody's straight in lines. I don't understand that. We're all big people driving, not children driving cars. Adults are supposed to be driving vehicles. Do the correct thing.
But here it is, I want to challenge the TTPS because there are some demarcations that are fading and people are not aware. They might say, well, I ain't really seen the mark on the ground, so they're taking a chance. And I can give you an example. There is one, the connector road between Smithfield heading across to Dutch Fort. You could take that Dutch Fort road. There's actually a solid line that motorists, they just fly across. Once they're coming across, they fly across. There are vehicles that are parked in the back where the Printry is that try to come out, but they have to stop because people are flying across from the Dutch Fort's connection. But there is a solid line there.
There is.
So those are things that we need to either re-implement, ensure that the lines are visible, and have the conversation as well, because people really taking this thing for granted.
Well, what we have done, myself and my sergeant here, is that we will have communications with works. With the traffic section, traffic management of works, and we'll be talking to them ever so often. So ever so often in the morning, early in the morning, they come, they will highlight the signs on them, the road markings, but we are having communications daily with them. So at least.
Sergeant, I know that you're talking about this prevalence of disobedience to the traffic violations. I don't know if you could speak to how many tickets or how many persons have been ticketed for the year or for the month, or and if you think this is making any kind of dent in the behaviors of the members of the public, the driving population.
Okay, so what is really happening? We have at least more than 2,000 tickets already issued for the year alone in the Scarborough district.
Alone in Scarborough?
In the Scarborough district.
Wow.
And what we observe, there are the drivers, they are still not adhering, because there are several drivers who they have sanctions due to the amount of offense they already committed. And when we say sanctions, some of these sanctions, they were warned on many occasions, instead of, because you can either be ticketed or you can be warned. So on most occasions, we use our discretion.
Yes.
We give you a blind, they give you a warning, and still yet, they will continue using, for instance, their cell phone. You're supposed to be having on your seatbelt. The law requires that once the vehicle is in motion, you must be wearing the use of your seatbelt. You cannot be using a handheld device, and they will still continue. Do not breach the traffic lights, and they will still continue. But whenever they are caught, it's always, the police be cared. But you know what you're supposed to do. Do the right thing.
Yes,
The police probably shouldn't give them any bly. I think let's not give them. How about we don't give them a bly? Because I'm thinking we take things for granted. We think, okay, we get a bly this time, I might get a bly tomorrow, and every day I get a bly. And when will they start to comply with what is required of them as citizens, And we really need to, I'm looking forward to the day when the law is enforced in such a way where people kind of get in line, and I don't understand why we have to have a massa mentality where somebody has to stand over us with a big stick for us to do what we know is right.
And I think you're right with that, Adana, because I could clearly remember when I was a little child in the mid-90s, the government had introduced the seatbelt law. And everybody had to go and get seatbelts. My father had to go and carry his van and put in seatbelts, and everybody was, for a few months, everybody was now getting into the habit of putting on the seatbelts because they see the police officer. But now, for most drivers, because the law was enforced so strictly back then, now for most drivers, it's second nature to put on your seatbelts, So I think maybe we should really stop giving people a bly and just strictly enforce the laws as much as you can. And I think it might become second nature for people to start to obey.
And I want to come to a situation that recently occurred. We're talking about demerit points now. We had that conversation. And people start to get relaxed because, they're taking away demerit points. I could go back to being reckless. In terms of your observations, what have you seen or observed on the nation's roads when that conversation came back to the fore in terms of, we're going to relax that situation? Have they been more reckless? What have you observed?
Well, our observation is like business as usual. Although a lot of persons don't understand. Yes, they remove the demerit points on most of these offenses, But the thing is this, they still have sanctions on their license. Because if you pay the ticket, before you do any transaction with licensing, they say, hello, you see you have unpaid tickets here? You have to pay these tickets first before you do any transaction here, you know. So they have to pay the tickets, And we are seeing now a lot of persons, for some sure reason, again, not get properly educated, they're not watching social media. So some of these offenses that they take off the demerit points off of could be changed, you know. All right, a speeding ticket. Now, the faster you go, the higher the ticket. But then the faster you go, instead of speeding, you could get a ticket for dangerous driving or reckless driving. And those offenses carry demerit points. So you have to be mindful of the fact that why is dangerous driving? Our speed limit in Tobago is 80 kilometers. So if you go in 120, 140, 150, 160,
100.
Even 100 could be deemed as dangerous driving.
And the speed is also, I think, 50 and 60 in some
50
areas.
and 60,
people
yes.
don't know that. People still maintain. I see people driving in communities in lanes and they want to go at 80 and, you know, it's really, really outrageous. You know, guys, thank you so much for coming this morning and having the conversation. And I really hope that the public education continues, that people get more information and they understand that this is the time that police are going to get radical and really enforce the law. No more blies. We're serious because we're about saving lives.
Yes.
Right? And just want to give you a couple seconds for any closing remarks you might have for our viewers this morning.
Okay, so our viewers this morning, well, we know we are heading into the long weekend. We are please advising you, please, as we use the nation highway, please do not drink and drive. And let us please remember the other drivers who are also using the highway. Let us all try to be safe. Do have a good week. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from the members of the TTPS this morning. We're going to be responsible in using our nation's roads. Remember, I use the road, you use the road, your children and generations to come. We want everybody to be safe when we traverse on our nation's roads. We have to go for a short break before we continue conversations in our indoor studio. We're here at the Gulf Pro Shop at the Magdalena this morning, and we're having a wonderful time. But the conversation doesn't end. We still have another guest to have a conversation with this morning. Of course, we want you to be a part of it. So remember, you can leave your comments on our Facebook live stream and our YouTube channel. But in the meantime, we have to go for a short break. And as we go, we invite you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
My name is Tina Macmillan, your last year's third place winner and the Miss Photogenic for last year's Miss Heritage Personality Show. And this year, I want to carry you with me for my Tobago Heritage experience. I'll be hosting With Tobago Updates, bringing you live coverage behind the scenes and also their giveaways, tickets to the heritage events, and a 2-night stay to the Magdalena Grand. So you need to stay locked on to Tobago Updates on all their social media platforms, Kina Macmillan on Facebook, and originalmedusa.tt on TikTok. My Tobago Heritage experience with Tobago Updates. Stay tuned.
Do something and roll back, come let me reel. I make a brush back. Do something and roll back, come let me reel. I make a brush back. Do something and do something.
Hello, New York. Are you ready to celebrate the essence of Crusoe land and the culture of Tobago? Well, get ready for Tobago Day in New York City, hosted by the Tobago Empowerment and Alliance Mission, Sunday, August 17, 2025, Nazareth High School Courtyard, 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 12 noon to 8 p.m. We bring the Tobago vibes to the Big Apple. Live music, Tobago food, cultural performances, and family fun. So bring Tanty, Granny, the uncle, invite the whole neighborhood. Just bring everybody and bring your significant other too. Come celebrate Tobago Day in New York City, Sunday, August 17th, Nazareth High School courtyard. But I forget to tell all you, it's we 10th anniversary celebration. For more information, call 929-327-7857 or check Team's Facebook and Instagram pages, Team Tobago Day.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme.
Well, I want a proper window for me house, yeah? I want no shake thing in my place.
Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces.
We get one wall on the side and we get one hole. You can put a window there, invent something, a window for put there.
At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style.
Well, me meet ya. Me don't know who I'm talking to, but my cousin Tofina tell me for call all you go get proper thing for put there. Me don't know.
Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business.
Driven? No, I ain't driving. I get a bus ticket. One of me pick me them go drop me down there. Must bring me down there. Russo Trace Springer down by the page down there.
Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products, it's about relationships. It's about you.
It's all about me? Who's your family? You know Edna and Dorka and them, you know them, but you resemble them Edward boy and them Edward people them you.
Tobago Glass Supplies, Russo Trace Spring Garden, telephone number 639-6266. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome back to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. And we have in studio with us Miss Jody Melville Nimblett, who is the owner of Purity Visa Application Services, and she's here to give us some updates. Yes, some updates on the UK and US visa application processes. We know there have been a number of changes in those visa application processes, and she's here to guide us and tell us what is good, what is not good, what we can do, what we can't do. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning and thanks for having me here this morning. Again, I would like to say it's really a opportunity to be here to share all the information to my Tobagonians, you know, making them understand the process of all the visa application and making them understand, you know, what it is going forward applying for a visa for the UK and for Canada and for the United States.
Right, and I'm happy that you brought that in. And before we get into all the new processes, I just want to talk a little bit about the services that you offer, because I want our viewers to understand that you're speaking from a place, an informed place. You've been in the business for a number of years providing these services. So just talk a little bit about how long you've been in the business and the type of services that you offer.
No problem. So I've been in the business for 15 years. Actually, I've worked with the Canadian Visa Application Center in Trinidad for 2 years. And then I came back home and I started the services in 2014. All right. So my business is basically to help persons with the application process. I am not a visa counselor. I do not give persons the visa. All I do is try to give them the accurate information to start the process for their application. All right. And persons are not too knowledgeable about the new information. So what I try to do is email the embassy and also do a lot of reading on the US Embassy official website. You know, we have a lot of different media platforms with different information, but if it's not coming from the US Embassy website, it's not valid.
Right.
Yeah?
Right.
So there is a website, it's the usvisa-info.com. That is their official website that you can get all accurate updates and all accurate information. Yeah? So my services is basically to consult, to not advise you or vet you, but to basically assist you with the application process and the way forward with that.
Right.
Yeah.
And so now we having the conversation where we saw a couple, I think it's months now, ago, where we saw that the persons from Trinidad and Tobago now have to have a visa to enter the United Kingdom, whereas before you just purchase your ticket, you jump on your plane, you go, you enjoy your holiday, do your business, you come back home. What are some of the things we have to look out for in terms of preparing ourselves to get the visa course, the duration of the visa, some of those things that people still don't have the information on?
All right. So the visa courses and the application process going forward with the UK, it's very straightforward. All right. But mainly when I'm doing that application, they are very concerned about your ties to your country and your finances, because they're asking you to give them your finances in pounds. That is your savings, that is, right? But it's basically normal job letter, bank statement, invitation letter. And yeah, that's basically it. So it's not as tedious as when it just implemented on July 17th. But it's very tedious in the fact that a lot of persons would have bought their tickets last year.
Right.
So then this year now, you have to apply for a visa and you're not too sure if you're going to be qualified for the visa. So that is the only thing that I think persons was a bit angry about, because I've purchased my ticket last year and now I need a visa this year. And I'm not too sure if I'm going to be qualified for this visa.
Right.
So that's the only thing, but it's a basic visa, it's basic information, and it's just like any other visa. You know, you're not sure if you're going to be qualified, but you have to still try.
Right.
Yeah.
So is it, sorry, Akin, before, if I purchased my ticket last year, before this discussion started, and I'm traveling after July 17th, does it mean that I have to have a visa, although I've already purchased my ticket prior to this?
Yes, you have to
and
have a
traveling
visa.
after?
Yes, you have to have a visa. Yes.
For me, the real gross with the UK visa is really the exorbitant fees. I think the fees are very exorbitant. Have you had that complaint from clients?
Yes, and mind you, the rates go up and it goes down. One time you see it's 179 US, next time you see it's 188 US. So I guess it's according to the rates at that time for that day, it would raise. And then you have their biometric fees, which are 103 US. And both has to be paid with a credit card. So that has been a challenge because a lot of persons don't own credit cards. You understand me? And it's a must paid fee. It's not you do one and then you wait for the other one. No. After you finish the application, it takes you straight to the biometric process. And that, you know, you move forward from there. So it's a bit expensive for 6 months.
Right.
Whereby the US embassy is giving you a visa for 10 years
Yes.
for 1,258 TT. But because persons, as I said before, would have purchased their tickets last year, for this year, it's a must. There is no choice. Yeah.
How unfortunate.
Yeah.
And challenging. Yeah.
It is.
It is.
And concerning Canada, we know that Canada sort of went in the opposite direction.
Yes.
Canada made it more a lot easier,
More welcoming.
accessible for the
Yes.
persons to come.
Canada is easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. You know, it's a very, and I'm very shocking that a lot of persons don't want to apply for their Canadian visa. They're more into the US, UK. But Canada is still the same process. The only thing with Canada is that you don't see a counselor. You have to upload all your documents, do the application, do your biometrics also, and then they make a decision from their end. And then they would send you back an email stating if you get through or not. And the reason why you did not get through.
Okay.
You understand?
They give you a reason.
They break it down for you in the letter stating, hey, you don't have enough money. I see that your finances is not there yet. You know, try again. And they don't give you like a stipulated time to try again. You can try again whenever your situation is, you know, better. Yeah.
One question though, there's a bit of confusion among some persons on whether the Canadian, because it's now an ET, I think it is, they call it some electronic travel.
So the electronic travel authorization is basically an electronic thingy on your passport. I don't want to say thingy, but it's not a laminated visa.
Right.
It's electronic. So it goes by your passport number and your passport duration date. All right. It lasts up for 5 years, but once you have a US valid visa, or you would have had a Canadian visa within the 10-year period, you are qualified for that. But it goes to the duration of your passport. So if your passport have 10 years, it lasts for 5 years. If your passport have 3 years, it goes to that amount of time, right? But you can only fly.
Right.
You cannot drive over because it's electronic, so they can only scan it through their system. But when you're driving over to a border, you have to physically show a valid Canadian visa.
Okay, so can you can apply for that separately then? The visa itself to put
or can you have two?
Or
You cannot have two because it wouldn't make sense. When you have a Canadian visa laminated,
then you don't need the
ETA because you basically could fly, you could drive. But for persons who just want to fly over and just do what they have to do, you can apply for the ETA. It's $7 US on your credit card, and everything is credit card again.
$7 US for a 10-year ETA?
No, a 5-year.
5-year ETA.
Correct.
That's extremely cheap.
I like that, right?
I like that.
And they're really making things accessible for us.
Correct.
And,
They are welcoming people, though. They are welcoming.
And there are so many other options that people have not really paid attention to because, as you rightfully said, people really focusing on the US. I want to go to the America. People, and that's what people focus on. But there are so many other options. In terms of the services that you offer, your experiences, the people that you speak to, what are some of these things that you really have to drive home to some of your clients in terms of them really not understanding or knowing that the information is out there?
Everything.
Ah, wow.
Because you remember, this is a society where it's a hearsay and this, and I Google this and I Google that. And it's really hard on me sometimes because sometimes I just question myself as if I am giving the correct information when some persons come to me. So I am always on the top of things. You have to be. Because when you're with a society like Tobago who do not like to read, I don't want to say that's too much, but they don't take information directly from the sources. If I would have gone out and hear, I hear so and I hear so, said so, and it's just a constant hearsay. All right. So it's like the visa integrity fee that just implemented around the 4th of July. Right. And it's not fully implemented. That $250 fee is not implemented as yet. All right. So that fee is basically separated from the $185 US fee, which is conversion to 1,258 TT dollars. It's not in play as yet until probably next year. So if you do not see a US visa counselor come out and say anything about this visa integrity fee, do not take anything from any other social media platforms. Because a US embassy representative did not come out and say, hey, well, this is what it is. I would have done visas yesterday, and it still says the 1,258 TT dollars. So nothing has changed. You can still apply for your US visa. You can still, pay the normal fees at Scotiabank once the receipt is printed. Once you have a credit card, the fees is still $185 US, which is in conversion to 1,258 TT dollars.
Wow.
Right?
I really am happy that you came this morning and you gave that type of information to our people. And it's very, very important, as you said, to read and to understand. And if you don't understand, go to a viable source.
Correct.
To ensure you get the information. And no better person than Miss Jody Melville Nimlet this morning, being in the business for over 15 years, helping people to apply for their visas for the US and Canada. And now we have UK on the scene as well.
Yes.
So, no better place to go than Purity Visa Application Services to assist you with that. Thank you so very much.
And you're welcome.
And continue doing the work that you're doing and helping our people to access the wider world. I mean, the world is your oyster, and you are one of the agents helping people to experience the outside of Tobago. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we end the morning show, but it's not where we end our program. And this morning we head on over to GMT, which is Good Morning Tobago. And you want to be a part of that as well. Remember, you can leave your comments on our Facebook live stream and our YouTube channel. So stay tuned. And as we go, we invite you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live. And have an awesome weekend.
And before we go, Adana, we just want to give one simple message. Books and office supplies. Hey, Tobago. Check books and office supplies at TLH Plaza for all your back-to-school needs. From backpacks and stationery to textbooks and Tobago's largest selection of literature. It's all in one place. Open tomorrow, Emancipation Day, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Head down to Scarborough and gear up for the new school year.
All right, that's where we go. See you guys next Monday morning.
The Tobago Fashion First event was conceptualized in 2024 by the Tobago Day Planning Committee. We wanted to introduce a new event into the calendar while at the same time creating something of real substance. We also aimed to create a platform for Tobago's immensely talented designers. Welcome to Tobago Fashion First and enjoy Tobago's Fashion First.
This event was designed as a launch platform for our fashion industry, a space to bring to light the remarkable talent and creativity of Tobago's designers, to place their names and brands into the public spotlight, and to say to the world, Tobago has what it takes. The opulence we witness tonight is all Tobago, by Tobagonians, for the world. Our designers and models are not simply participants in the fashion industry, they are contenders. And with the right support, they can stand proudly among and even rival the most celebrated figures in the global fashion scene. Tonight is a statement. Tobago is here. We are bold, we are brilliant, and we are ready to take our place on the world stage.
When the mountains rise before me, I believe I can feel it. I will follow the path if you lead me. Just don't let go. If I promise you feel it always, tell me why you had to lie. I would hold on to it forever. You need to try. And never be the same. I'm sorry, feeling alone. Love has been lonely on your own. Just say I'm sorry. Just say I'm sorry. Just say I'm sorry. Just say I'm sorry. When a morning sky surrounds me, I believe I can see your light. I will reach for riches, guide me, hold me tight. If I promise you'll feel it only, show me how to make this right. I will get away feeling lonely through the night.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
My name is Giselle Gittins-Peters, and I'm the Vice Chair of the Tobago Regional Health Authority's Internship Program. I am extremely pleased to bring warm greetings and officially welcome you to our year 2025. As part of its corporate social responsibility, the Tobago Regional Health Authority, under the auspices of our Secretary of Health and our Board of Directors, would have taken a decision in 2023 to host our first internship program. This is our third year. You are our third year. You are part of this hat-trick experience that we are calling Internship 2025. Did I mention that we are happy to have you? Yes. Yes, we are.
It is truly an honor to welcome you to the opening ceremony of the Tobago Regional Health Authority's third edition of its internship program for 2025. To our interns, congratulations. Today you take the first step not only into the world of work, but also into your own leadership journey. This year's theme, empowering our youth to be future leaders, speaks directly to your presence here. You are not just trainees. You are tomorrow's innovators, tomorrow's decision makers, and its change agents.
The theme of this year's internship, empowering our youth to become future leaders, is a true reflection of our commitment at the authority to provide avenues for our youth to be exposed to the dynamic field that is healthcare. We believe that it is our responsibility to broaden public understanding of what healthcare truly entails.
No one is here to hand you an opportunity. Whether you like it or not, life is a competition. You are competing amongst the best of the best to excel in this life. No one's here to feel sorry for you. I'm gonna be point blank with you. You need to excel and go above and beyond for what you want in this life.
Overall, the internship taught me way more than just how to do a job, because if I be honest with all, I was just studying in the morning. I had to be honest. It gave me real world experience because I was extremely naive as to how the real world was coming out of sixth form. I only did sixth form to honestly get away from the real world. I'll always be thankful for the people that I met in the internship, the lessons I learned, and the memories I made.
It's really, really good being here this morning as we welcome you to this TRHA internship program. Yes, it is something that started a couple of years ago, and we did it because we are investing in something that is far bigger than just training. Yeah? We are doing something today that is way bigger than just an orientation. What we're doing right now is investing in the future of healthcare in Tobago. What the Tobago Regional Health Authority is doing right now is investing in every single one of you.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
Good morning, welcome to GMT. It's Thursday, the 31st of July, 2025. And if you think it's Friday, you better correct that thought. It is Thursday, the last day in the 7th month. Can you believe it? We are ending July today. But let me get right into it. Here's your news in 90 seconds. Tobago police have arrested 2 suspects in connection with the murder of 22-year-old Trevon Walker, who was shot dead in a drive-by attack along Highlands Road, Moriah, earlier this week. The men, one from Moriah and the other from Signal Hill, were detained during a police operation in the Spring Garden, Orange Hill Road area. Walker's killing marked Tobago's 4th murder for the year and the first since the state of emergency was declared earlier this month. Investigations are ongoing. A former employee of the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago is facing 2 charges of sexual assault against a 15-year-old boy. The charges laid under the Children's Act follow an alleged incident earlier this month. Authorities confirmed that the accused was once a high-ranking official within the organization tasked with protecting children's rights. The matter is now before the courts and investigations are ongoing. And finally, so some news in sports. Following a legal dispute over the use of Soca Warriors, the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association is rebranding the national men's football team. With World Cup qualifiers kicking off in September, the TTFA is inviting the public to help choose a new name. Options include Carnival Kings, Calypso Warriors, Trinbago Vikings, Soca Gladiators, and more. Voting is now open as the team prepares for a fresh start. And that was your news in 90 seconds. And if you're just joining us, you are viewing GMT. I'm your host, Natalie Seeley Richardson, this morning, and we are getting right into it. Of course, we are at a different location. As Adana said, we are outside in our inside studio this morning, and we are at the Magdalena Grand Pro Golf Shop. Or is it Golf Pro Shop? I think it's Golf Pro Shop. That's it. And of course, many of you who are into golf, you know this place, and maybe you're visiting, you're on vacation, and you want to know how can you, get your golf in. You're accustomed to your different games, morning, afternoons. Yes, you have a beautiful golf course right here. And of course, merchandise to support that hobby, that sport. So this morning, sitting with me is Kimmy Alfred Potts, Technical Production Officer of the Tobago Festivals Commissions Limited. Good morning, Kimmy, and welcome.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Of course, tomorrow, August 1st, we know it's Emancipation Day. It's very significant for us here, not just in Trinidad and Tobago, but throughout the Caribbean, where emancipation is celebrated on August 1st. And there is always a grand celebration to commemorate this day. So Kimmy, tell us a little bit about what we can expect and also why is this significant for us here in Tobago?
So in 1834, we had the abolition of slavery.
Yeah.
And although slavery was abolished, the people weren't exactly free. But in 1838, the people were actually emancipated. And for them, they were a little in disbelief because they originally thought that they were freed in 1834. Right. So in 1838, in true Tobagonian style, we went to the Lord first. So we used to celebrate in churches. The church used to be filled with people. And, as time progressed, the celebration of the African emancipation changed and it looked different. So in the earlier days, as I said, people were in churches a lot and they used to give their testimonies about what happened to them during the slavery period. And then they moved to a period where celebrating emancipation became this larger than life experience where people used to cook and clean and cook. One research said that it was bigger than Christmas. The way they celebrated. Yes. And then, we eventually took it to the streets of Scarborough. So I guess this is how we end up here, celebrating in the streets of Scarborough. And I mean, why not? Why not go back to the place where it really started, which is the streets of Scarborough? This is during my research, I found out that when the slaves found out that they were going to be free, because they actually found out on June 2nd of 1838.
And
they were up at the old market square, which is uptown by Tambourine.
Yes.
So it was kind of fitting. We were tossing around the idea of doing the celebration of there versus James Park. But James Park is a more contained area.
Yeah, and it's quite small.
It's smaller, so it's easier for us, and it's picturesque.
Yes.
So we decided, you know what, let's keep it at James Park. It's close to its already original proclamation was done. And that's the reason for us choosing that venue and going back to Scarborough.
Right.
We moved the time as well, so it's no longer in the hot sun.
Right.
Because we used to have a lot of complaints about the hot sun. But it also gives us an opportunity to use our flambeaus.
Oh, beautiful.
Our flambeau is a significant part of the Tobago Heritage Festival, and we have really seen it for quite some time. And this is the perfect opportunity for us to use the flambeau to make Scarborough look pretty under the lights, under the people. You can imagine 300 flambeaus coming down the streets.
So you're starting at James Park?
Yes, we are. So we are asking patrons to gather at 5 p.m.
Right.
Then we're going to have a sort of reenactment, storytelling, interactive sessions. So public, do not be afraid to sing, clap, and dance while this session is happening.
Right. We are celebrating our freedom.
We are.
Yes,
we are. So
yes.
please feel free to join. And then we take to the streets of Scarborough, and then we head down to Market Square.
Okay.
We have bamboos for patrons to beat on the road, to make their own music, their own sound. And we are also giving out flambeaus so that people could feel very immersed.
Oh, I like that. So you're getting that first-hand experience. You are part of it. You're part of the production now and not just a spectator.
Yes. So the intent this year is to really have this particular form of celebration very, very inclusive.
Right.
Rather than just watching groups parade, we are inviting the public to join. So that's why we are telling people to dress up in the African fancy dandan and get in on the action.
Yes, yes.
Because,
come out like royalty tomorrow.
Yes. I mean, at the end of the day, our ancestors worked really hard for us to continue the celebration and not just to watch, but to join in and get in and feel free.
Yeah.
You know, I think that this is going to create a very nostalgic moment. I want, if they're looking down from the heavens, that they could say, yes, look at our people celebrating all that hard work we did on the estates.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the intent is really so that people could have an immersive experience. People can celebrate and continue to remember that we are free and celebrate our African heritage.
Right. And is there a theme for this event?
Unbutu. If I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Tell us a little bit about
what
what
it means. Uniting
means.
of the people.
Uniting of the people.
Yes, uniting of the people, one together, everybody coming together and just being one.
And let me just indulge you in a different aspect, because we're talking about the event and we want Tobago to come out. But when you talk about a theme like that, uniting the people, it's not just for one day. It's not just about Emancipation Day, August 1st, but being united as a people throughout. And I think sometimes for us as African descendants, we get lost in that unity.
Yeah.
You know, and I really hope that there is some sort of self-reflection, and moving forward, we need to support each other, whether it's just within our families, whether it's, you know, our business community here on the island, because too often I hear, you know, people talk about us, and in this kind of, you know, derogatory way, as though somebody is trying to steal from them when they walk into their business places. And that's not so. I mean, years ago, there was such a price difference between Trinidad and Tobago, and you really don't have that. You may have one or two places, but generally, because when my friends come from Trinidad and they go to a particular large grocery items, there are certain items they say they go for because it's cheaper here than in Trinidad.
Yes.
You know, so I really, really hope that it's not just about, while we're coming out to celebrate tomorrow, that we really reflect what emancipation
is
means.
really all
and
about.
It's not just, you know, that physical freedom,
Yes.
but looking at our attitudes, our beliefs. What are we teaching the generations to come about being proud of who we are, and not just being proud, but doing things so that people can see who we are and taking our place.
Yes.
You
I
know?
really hope that this Emancipation Day celebration really reinstalls some sense of pride into the island. You know, we just talking about a murder.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be killing ourselves.
That's right.
Rather, we should be celebrating and uplifting ourselves. So I am hoping that this celebration really does that for us as a people, and really close this season, because this particular Heritage Festival, I think I could say was a success.
Right.
This pilgrimage ends tomorrow, and we're picking it back up next year, July, 2026. But I really hope that it ends in a bang and people really feel the freedom and the energy that we are united in one.
Right. So tomorrow, 5 p.m., uniting the people. Come out in your numbers. Remember, it's not hot sun time, but it is 5 p.m. gather so that you can be a part of the full experience, whether it's storytelling, drama, and of course, then you get to be a part of the procession, not just a bystander, but being immersed in the experience. What should people look out for as we wrap up? So we know we have the procession. Is it sometimes you may have businesses still open.
We have, so at the end of the procession, we have a concert at Market Square.
Okay.
Which is going to be a vibe, very upbeat, very celebratory.
Yes.
Very happy, because we really want people, when they leave Market Square, to be a happy bunch of people.
Yes.
Yes, that's the intent.
Right. So, of course, come out in your numbers, tell a friend, tell a neighbor. We are celebrating who we are. We are celebrating our ancestors' freedom. We have an idea. I think some of us don't know what they went through, but we have a good idea of the sacrifices and, the trauma that they would have experienced for us to be here today. So let us just come out, celebrate. And as Kimmy said, dress up in your African prints, come out like African royalty. We are a royal people, and let's just celebrate. So thank you. So it's 5 p.m. gather at James Park, and remember the theme, uniting the people. Thank you, Kimmy, for telling us about tomorrow's event. And we're wrapping up the whole Heritage Festival as well through this event. So viewers, stay tuned. We go for a quick break. When we return, we meet our next guest. And remember, we're on the outside and an inside studio this morning. We're at the Magdalena Grand Golf Pro Shop, where you can get all the needs for this sport, or maybe it's a hobby for you. This is the place to be on the island. All right, so we're coming right back, so don't go too far as we go for this break.
As we draw nearer to the close of Heritage 2025, we can't forget some highly talked about events. On Sunday, July 27th, Speyside Harvest is on from 10 a.m. Then we head to the Buku Unveil production from 7 p.m. Belmana Riots in Roxborough, July 28th. Legacy of Africa in Bethel, July 29th. The Black Rock Sea Festival, July 30th. And finally, on August 1st, the Emancipation Day celebration is on from 5 p.m. in Scarborough.
This week at the Tobago Heritage Festival 2025, Natural Treasures Day in Charlottesville, Monday 21st, 9 a.m. Salaka Feast in Pembroke, Wednesday 23rd, 8 p.m. Lekoto Folktales and Superstition, Thursday 24th, 8 p.m. Miss Tobago Heritage Personality Show, Friday 25th, from 6 p.m. Sponsored by First Citizens. Tobago Old Time Carnival Juve, Saturday 26th, 4 a.m. Heritage Calypso Monarch, Saturday 26th from 8 p.m. Buku Unveiled, Sunday 27th.
With Flow Business's new smart solutions, powered by super fast, reliable broadband, you'll feel like there are more versions of you working for you. From website design, development, and digital marketing to promote your business, 24/7 business class support to cloud solutions, security, and more. Multiply your growth today.
Hair goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
You hear? You hear? You hear? Emancipation Day keeping in Scarborough this year. And guess what? It's keeping under the evening skies. On Friday, August 1st, a holiday with work and wait. We gather from 5 p.m. at James Park, not to watch, but to march, to dance and sing in remembrance of our emancipation. A flambeau procession moving through the streets of Scarborough. And when we reach in Market Square, culture explode. So put on your finest African dance. Find your rhythm. And come. Let we celebrate. Let we reclaim. And let we honor. We marching in remembrance of our emancipation.
Tobago checkbooks and office supplies at TLH Plaza for all your back-to-school needs. From backpacks and stationery to textbooks and Tobago's largest selection of literature. It's all in one place. Open tomorrow, Emancipation Holiday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So head down to Scarborough and get up for the new school year. So those of you who are busy throughout the week, tomorrow is a holiday and books and office supplies will be open. Of course, viewers, thank you for staying with us and welcome back after that break. We have 2 new guests joining us and it's all about golf. Now, I know we have some serious young ones coming up. We have the seasoned ones in the game and we are here at the Golf Pro Shop, and sitting with me is Miss Tamara Phillip, who's the golf coordinator here for Magdalena Grand. And we have a golfer, who'll tell us a little bit about the sports, Mr. Ricky Campbell. Good morning to both of you and welcome.
Good morning.
So let me start off, of course, with our golf coordinator, Miss Phillip.
Hi.
When you carry that title, what does that mean?
So what that means is you are responsible for the pro shop. You're responsible for booking tee times, ensuring the golfers are safe out there,
right?
Ensuring the carts are in good working condition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now we are right now in the in the Gulf Pro Shop. What sort of merchandise and services can golfers, whether they are from Tobago, whether they're visiting and just want, to tee off, what can they expect?
Okay, so what they can expect is professionalism when they come to the golf course. We have golf clubs for rent. You can rent range balls for the use on the range,
Right.
the chipping area or the putting area. If you want to play a 9-hole as locals, you pay $214. If you want to play 18-hole, you pay $314. So we also have juniors who take part in golf from different academies, and they use the course for classes every day of the week. Yes.
For those of our viewers who are interested, because I like the fact that you can rent, the clubs, etc. So even for somebody traveling into Tobago, they don't necessarily have to load up with all their gears, but you can get quality gears right here at Magdalena through the Gulf Pro Shop. If it is I want to play a game, do I have to make a reservation? What times is available?
Right.
Tell us
so
about
you
that.
call the pro shop, you book your tea time with the attendant. If you require a pro, we will call Mr. Ricky, or we will call another pro that we have available. And you book your tea time, and he would guide you. If you're a beginner, he will know, okay, you'll just work on the range. If you're starting and you need help perfecting your swing, he'll assist you as well.
Okay, so somebody like me, Mr. Campbell, who never held a golf club before, knows maybe a little about the game, and can I make a reservation and say, look, I'm interested, but I'm not taking classes anyway, but I just want to have an experience. Can I do that?
You call, you said you have never been on the course, and you want to try it. You want to see if it's something that you would like. So I would call Mr. Ricky, and I'll say, okay, I have somebody who's interested. We'll work on the range with them first, and then he will guide you, and he would show you how to hit the ball, keep your head down, all that sort of thing. And then when he thinks you're ready, you'll go out onto the course.
Mr. Ricky, you have to be a man with plenty patience. Right? Tell us how you got into golfing.
Well, it's a long story, really. I got into golf at age 13 at Mount Irving. And that's because, my dad left and went to the States. So I grew up with his mother, which is my grandmother.
Right.
At that age, you're eating a lot.
Yes.
And she figured, look, I need help. So I started caddying at Mount Irving.
Right.
And I developed a love for the game there. And from there, everything just went straight up.
And I heard Tamara refer to you as a pro. Tell us what that means.
All right. There are two categories, a professional or amateur. The professional is the one who plays the game at the highest level.
Right.
Amateur, they have the A, B, C class, or in both male and female category.
Okay. And how is it how do you feel, because I've been paying attention to, what's happening with golf here, and you see a lot of juniors coming in. You see some tournaments. I even see some preschools are allowing their children to, interact with the clubs, learn about the game. And as a pro, being involved in the sport for so long, how do you feel as you look and see this new pattern trending on the island?
Well, to be honest, one of the things that I always looked at playing golf, even amateur stage, is we don't have enough competition for juniors in Tobago.
Right.
So it's very expensive to always be going to Trinidad. So I would like to see more competitions here in Tobago for juniors.
And who would be responsible for that?
Well, the Golf Association is responsible for part of it. Ms. Tamara, she is also responsible for assisting the Tobago part of it.
All right. So for viewers who are listening, this is an opportunity. You heard Mr. Ricky talk about there not being enough tournaments for young ones, and we have quite a few of them, who love the game, who are really good at it as well, and they must be homegrown. The facilities is here, the facilities are here, but they have to get the exposure. So when they go on the world stage, they can be confident and they know exactly what they're about. So somebody is listening, you know how these things work, you know it needs a sponsorship, you can reach out to Tamara. Tobago is small, you know, ask a question. You must be pointed in the right direction so we can continue to prepare our young ones for greatness and, of course, to represent this beautiful island. You spoke about amateurs. How does one move from amateur to professional? Is it that based on your quality of play, do you have to have some tournaments under your name to be classed as a pro? Or is it that you just measure in terms of your skills?
Well, in my case, what I did, I went to school in Florida. I'm a certified instructor,
Right.
United States Golf Teachers Federation. And you have to pass a PAT test, which is playing ability.
Right.
You do the theory, the practical, and all
Right.
these things, right? And from there is where I qualify to be a professional, really.
And I love that you talk about studying, because, you know, sometimes we take these things just so lightly and loosely, and we don't understand that when we talk about persons like you, Mr. Ricky, it's somebody with a wealth of knowledge, experience. You understand the theoretical part, the technical part, and you are able to deliver, you know, and teach hopefully persons like me who would one day want to say, okay, at least I'm an amateur. You know, let me switch back to Miss Tamara. We're talking about, you know, rental. You can call, make your bookings, etc. I'm sitting here and I'm seeing clothes, I'm seeing shoes. Tell me a little bit about how I should dress, how I should prepare myself if I'm coming to the golf course.
So when you're coming to the golf course, we require proper golf attire. So we prefer people with golf shoes. However, if you're traveling from abroad and you want to walk with sneakers, we will accept you to use sneakers while on the course.
Okay.
We do have memorabilia. We have t-shirts, branded t-shirts. We have shoes. We have belts, hats, a number of different items. You can purchase and you'll always remember, look, I played golf at Magdalena.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Excellent. Can someone who can just walk into the shop just to take a look? You know, Of sometimes course. people are curious, may not be a golfer again like me, but I'm always willing to learn. And I may just say, oh, you know, I never went in here. I see it on TV, but I don't know what golf shoes are. What's the difference? You know, can I come and just explore and learn?
Of course you can. You can come in, you can explore, you can rent a bucket of balls, which is just 40 TT. We would loan you clubs. You go up to the range and you practice hitting your golf ball. Some people have never swung a club before in their life. And
Here, evidence right here.
And they will come and they'll say, this is what I want to do. Can I do that? And you can. You can go on the putting area as long as you follow the rules of the golf course. You're fine.
Mr. Ricky, how hard is it really to hit that ball? Because you see on TV people making that swing all confidently, and when you look, the ball hasn't made a move as yet. Is it really that difficult?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's how I started myself.
Right.
I start by missing the ball, and I keep going at it until I start making contact with the ball.
Right.
And then, you know, eventually by practicing.
Of course.
You know, there's an old saying, practice makes perfect. For me, I like to say practice makes permanent.
Yes, I prefer that way as well.
You understand?
Yes.
So, yes, it's to be honest, it's a drug that there's no rehab for.
Yeah, because it's amazing. You know, you look at the sport and, you know, people gravitate to other sports and you'll hear them say, but golf boring. And I'll ask, but you ever play it? You know, do you know the game? Because you can't just look at it and say boring if you don't know anything about
it's
it.
far from boring.
Yeah, but when I hear people who are involved talk about it, you hear the passion and excitement.
Yes.
Yeah. Mr. Mara, tell me, have you played the game or do you play the game?
I do.
Or I should
Mr.
say,
Ricky.
do we say game or do we say sport? What's the correct thing?
You can say either one.
All right.
Mr. Ricky actually is the person who started teaching me.
Oh, excellent.
Have been playing maybe for about a year, but 6 months really well. So yeah, it's a good stress reliever. You come, you practice on the range before you go out, and then you go onto the course. It's just you and the course.
All right, viewers, something new. Many of you started off this year with all these beautiful resolutions, and you have your list and you want to try something new? Right here. And everything you need is right here at the Magdalena Golf pro shop, you don't have to worry about going and buy expensive
No, you
equipment
can
because
rent.
you don't know if you're going to be good at it yet, right? So come and just rent, and they'll fix you up very nicely. So I want to thank both of you for giving
You're
us a little
welcome.
taste of what can be expected here. And of course, for laying that interest for those who may want to know more about golf. Come, you may want to try it, or you may have a child you want to expose that child to it as well. This is your starting point right here on the island. So thank you again.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
All right, viewers, very interesting conversation. Just a little to whet your appetite on golfing. Many of you may drive to the hotel on your way. You see the expansive golf course. You see locals. Sometimes you see the kids as well, the children as well, depending on the time you may pass by. So just take a drive through. Come on down, ask your questions, learn more. You have people who are just waiting to receive you and walk you through along this process. So viewers, we go for a quick break. When we return, we wrap up with one more guest. And again, something for you to pay attention to because you can just benefit from the services we are going to hear about.
So wake up and hear my neighbor, 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun, we are beaches, we are rivers, we are melanated ones.
You hear? You hear? You hear? Emancipation Day keeping in Scarborough this year. And guess what? It's keeping under the evening skies. On Friday, August 1st, a holiday with work and wait. We gather from 5 p.m. at James Park. Not to watch, but to march. To dance and sing in remembrance of our emancipation. A flambeau procession moving through the streets of Scarborough. And when we reach in Market Square, culture explode. So put on your finest African dandans. Find your rhythm. And come. Let we celebrate. Let we reclaim. And let we honor. We marching in remembrance of our emancipation.
Hello, New York! Are you ready to celebrate the essence of Crusoe Land and the culture of Tobago? Well, get ready for Tobago Day in New York City, hosted by the Tobago Empowerment and Alliance Mission, Sunday, August 17, 2025, Nazareth High School Courtyard, 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 12 noon to 8 p.m. We bring the Tobago vibes to the Big Apple. Live music, Tobago food, cultural performances and family fun. So bring Tanty, Granny, the uncle, invite the whole neighborhood. Just bring everybody and bring your significant other too. Come celebrate Tobago Day in New York City, Sunday, August 17th, Nazareth High School Courtyard. But I forget to tell all you, it's we 10th anniversary celebration. For more information, call 929-327-7857 or check Team's Facebook and Instagram pages, Team Tobago Day.
This week at the Tobago Heritage Festival 2025, Natural Treasures Day in Charlottesville, Monday 21st, 9 a.m. Salaka Feast in Pembroke, Wednesday 23rd, 8 p.m. Lekoto Folktales and Superstition, Thursday 24th, 8 p.m. Miss Tobago Heritage Personality Show, Friday 25th, from 6 p.m. Sponsored by First Citizens. Tobago Old Time Carnival Juve, Saturday 26th, 4 a.m. Heritage Calypso Monarch, Saturday 26th from 8 p.m. Buko Unveiled, Sunday 27th.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meats served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salad salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules, or if you are having a cooking day off.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers, we are melanated ones. We special and there is no denying. Tobago is number one. I am you and you are me. Together we stronger. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning, Tobago.
Welcome back, viewers. Thank you for staying with us this morning. You are viewing GMT, and it's Thursday, the 31st of July. Yes, the very last day in the month of July. We're heading very quickly to the end of 2025, and it's the day before Emancipation Day. You know how important that is for us as a people, historically, and what it means for us today. And joining me is Miss Melanie Forbes, a sales coordinator at the Magdalena Grand. And she is dressed like royalty this morning, looking quite beautifully. And I always tell myself, because I am guilty, so I'll point me out first, that I need to invest in more African print clothes. Because when we wear it, I don't know, there's something that just exudes from us, you know, that confidence, that grace, that royalty. So I'm talking to me, I'm talking to you, all right? We need to organize ourselves and not just bring this thing out one day for the year, yeah? So as we continue to talk about Emancipation Day, we're also looking at the July-August vacation. We know a lot of families are here on the island, even you who live on the island. You may want to do something different with your family, a staycation. And trust me, I've done the staycation with my family, and we've done things that we say are tourist things. You don't know how much you don't know about the place you live. Yeah? So let's talk to Melanie. Welcome and good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Natalie. Thank you for having me. And it's always a pleasure to welcome Tobago Updates to our side of paradise.
Yes, and of course, we're coming to you live from the Magdalena Grants Golf Pro Shop this morning. We just had a very interesting conversation with Tamara and Mr. Ricky. And we want to continue talking about great things with you, Melanie. We're talking about Java, Java Paradise, Java Specials, everything coming out from Magdalena for this July-August vacation. And if you didn't know what Java meant, all right, it's July-August vacation. I know some of you don't like to hear summer on this side of the island, all right? But we're talking about what we know, July-August vacation, Java. So tell us what we can expect.
Okay, so we're halfway through the Java season.
Yes.
We're starting August tomorrow. And we had a promotion July, August. So July, we had a special of $600 per person in our deluxe king room, breakfast inclusive. That is based on double occupancy. And moving into August, we have a special rate of $650 per person, still based on double occupancy, and it includes breakfast.
Right, and let me just interrupt you there. When you talk about, just for clarity, I want our viewers not to go away saying things they did not hear. Tell us that $650, what currency we're talking about?
It's $650 TT per person based on double occupancy.
Right. And that includes breakfast?
It includes breakfast for two
Right.
persons. With that rate, you are entitled to 2 kids under the age of 12 complimentary. So they stay complimentary and they get complimentary breakfast. If you do bring 2 kids and you think that a king bed is not sufficient, you can always up charge. We have rooms with 2 beds. That's
Right.
our deluxe double rooms, and they are at an additional cost
Right.
of just $200.
Right. And that's not bad at all, you know. So those of you who's scrambling and you really didn't get things in place with the children, have a fun time. Tobago is a beautiful place because we work here, we live here. Sometimes we don't get to really explore and enjoy the beauty that is all around us. And give the family a little hotel experience. Beautiful place to stay. And for me, when we talk about family vacations, you see when the breakfast is included, that's all I need because it makes it easier. You know, lunch and dinner, sometimes you're on the road, you're doing things outside, you can find a way around that. But when you have the breakfast included, I think it makes it a whole lot easier.
It does. And our breakfast is the best on the island.
Yes.
It's a full buffet breakfast and it's the rave of the tongue. A lot of people always compliment us on our breakfast.
Right. And I know many of our viewers, you're shaking your head and you're agreeing, yes, yes. All right. What again can we expect? So you're bringing your kids along. Are there activities there for them?
So our activities department have curated a very exciting special range of activities for this July-August vacation. There are activities suitable for kids.
Right.
And there are activities perfect for adults as well.
Right.
We have daily activities poolside. We have 2 full tennis courts. We have beach volleyball. We
Right.
have the pool volleyball. We have cricket. We have football. We have a kids club where there's a range of activities in there for the kids,
Right.
inclusive of board games, storybooks. It's very exciting in there. There's no shortage of things to do at the resort during this July-August vacation. We also have complimentary bicycles.
All right.
Where guests can ride around the estate and
Yes.
you see how beautiful
Yes,
the estate
yes.
is. So yeah, there's a lot to do. You don't need to leave when you come here.
Right, and I was not going to tell viewers that. So we don't even need to go out because sometimes, you know, you have families who really they're exhausted. They're tired because it's, you know, when school is going on and work and everything, you're always going somewhere. So you just want to, you know, tone it down, relax, quality family time. You don't have to leave here. So the kids can't say, oh gosh, we're bored. You just bring us to stay here. There are activities for you and the children. I like the idea of the complimentary bicycle because, you know, just even driving through the estate, it's such a calming effect. And if you can't even go out as a family, when last you ride a bicycle, let the kids laugh at you a little bit. You know, that's a fun thing to do. I remember about 2 years ago, my husband brought me a bicycle because the boys will go riding. And I said, well, when they go, I don't want to sit. I want to ride too. And they asked, who that bicycle for? And he said, that's for mommy. And they start to laugh. I say, oh, you're out of place, you know? And they're like, mommy, you could ride? I say, you watch and see. So they were like in amazement. And I say, but you know, parents could do things too, you know? So that is something, you know, so beautiful to ride around. You know, you have different points. You can even take a little rest stop. And it's about spending quality time with your children because sometimes we are just so busy. So I like that. So for August, we're talking about $650 TT per person per night based on double occupancy, right?
Yes.
And children under 12 are free.
Two kids under
Right.
12, they stay for free with breakfast.
Right. And of course, if you are a family with more than 2 children, you know, just call the hotel. They'll walk you through the additional charges. And it's not that much. It's still quite a steal of a deal. And you're talking about, all the activities, the swimming pools. How many swimming pools are
We
here?
have 3 swimming pools on property, 2 satellite pools, and 1 main pool.
Right.
Yes.
You know, so again, just activities. I also know I saw something about a triple occupancy deal as well.
Oh, yes. And I think that one is perfect for if you have, let's say you want to have a girls trip.
Right.
Or you have sisters or a small group that wants to come to the resort to get
Right.
away. We have the triple occupancy rate. It's $1,500. So that's $500
Right,
per
per
person,
person.
inclusive of breakfast for 3. You get a deluxe king room, but with that deluxe king room, it comes with a single bed as well.
Okay.
So it sleeps 3.
Right.
Yeah. And I think another rate that we have that it's not as popular, but I think it's an amazing rate. It's called the Farm Jam. So with that rate, you get a 2-bedroom suite. The suite sleeps up to 9 persons. It's $4,500. If you do the maths, it's $450 per person,
Right, yes.
inclusive of breakfast.
Right.
And our suites, they come with a jacuzzi on the balcony.
Right.
And as you know, all of our rooms are ocean facing,
Yeah.
and all of them has either a terrace or a balcony.
Viewers, what you waiting on? Like, you hear what she said, jacuzzi, right? And, you know, I like that farm jam, now up to 9 persons. So organize the extended family, you know. You can't just let this happen. So we're looking at the Java specials. As you said, we are halfway through. This is the month of August from tomorrow. So for those who are interested, do they have to, of course, book by a certain time and tell us the end? Because although we're saying Java, July, August vacation, tell us when all of this would end so they understand they need to take, you know,
Well,
action.
The rate is valid until the 31st of August.
Right.
And it's while stocks last.
Right, yeah.
So basically, it's available to book once we have availability. In order to book your reservation, you can give us a call, 660-8500, or you can send us an email at reservations@magdalenagrand.com, or you can go onto our website, magdalenagrand.com.
Right. Yes. You know, viewers, so again, I know many of you're going to take advantage of this at the Magdalena Grand. And if you wait too long and you call, don't be upset if they say, sorry, we have no more rooms available with that special. So don't hesitate. Again, it's a beautiful opportunity to spend time, whether it's just a couple, whether it's girlfriends, you know, whether it's prayer partners, however, there's something for everyone. But I'm appealing to the parents for this July, August vacation. Do something where you can just pause, spend quality time, build relationships with your children. This sounds like an excellent opportunity, quite affordable as well. And you don't have to worry about those of you who are on the island. You don't have to worry about airfare, boat tickets. You know, we know August is, forget it. August, you want tickets to go Trinidad or Trinidad to Tobago, forget it, right? We have everything right here. And those of you who are viewing off the island from Trinidad, you know, try. You never know. We know that tickets are hard coming into the island, but still try. And this is a beautiful opportunity to experience something great, something grand. It is the Magdalena Grand and quite affordable. Thank you, Melanie, for your time.
I just want to make one more point as
Sure.
well. There may be persons on the island who chose to stay elsewhere for whatever reason.
Yes.
And we have our day passes as well that they can use to come and spend the day with us. It
Right.
starts at 8:50. It includes complimentary lunch. It includes complimentary well-branded drinks, that's non-alcoholic and alcoholic beverages,
Right.
as well as access to all the activities, all the facilities
Right.
from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Right, and I love that. So probably you made a mistake and you went elsewhere. Don't worry, Magdalena Grand got you. Take a day pass, run away from where you are. Come and get the little pampering and the hookup right here for the day, and then you could go back. And next time you know where to start your journey. Yes, so viewers, we want to thank you, of course, for staying with us for this show this morning. Remember, it's Thursday, it's not Friday as yet. But before we go, we have some things to take care of. I believe we have to tell you about books and office supplies once more. So I hope we are ready with that. All right, so remember that they are opened tomorrow, the holiday, so check books and office supplies at TLH Plaza for all your back-to-school needs, from backpacks and stationery to textbooks and Tobago's largest selection of literature, and it's all in one place. So opening tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., so those of you who are busy all week, tomorrow you have an opportunity to organize your children's back-to-school supplies. So remember to head down to Scarborough and gear up for the school year. And let me remind you as well what's happening tomorrow, starting from James Park, new time, 5 p.m. we are asked to, gather there so you can be a part of the Emancipation Day celebrations here in Tobago. You're visiting and you're wondering what to do tomorrow if the place will be dead. You could go to the beach and organize yourselves for 5 p.m. Come into Scarborough and be a part of that event, that celebration rather, and then be a part of the procession where you get to be involved as well. Bring out the children, use it as an opportunity to explain to them where they came from, all right, our African ancestors, our African heritage, and instill that pride in our children and the young ones in terms of who we are, and let us take our place in this world. So viewers, thank you so much for staying with us. Be safe. We heard the police officers from TTPS here earlier. Remember, let's be safe. Too many accidents are happening, 2 and 3 vehicular accidents in a day. That's just so crazy for this small island. The roads are not big and wide. You're not driving on some freeway in the US or in Germany. You're on the road here in Tobago. You know better, do better. Obey the law. And remember, you're not just driving for yourself, but for the passengers in your vehicles and the persons also in other vehicles. All right, so stay safe. Remember, you are your brother's keeper. And yes, we know tomorrow is a holiday, so the weekend begins from today. Thank you for staying with us.